Have you ever taken a sip of something you thought was completely healthy, only to discover later that it might not be the best choice for your body? Many elderly people believe that starting the morning with a glass of beet juice is a simple way to boost energy and support circulation. After all, beets are known as a natural superfood. But what if this routine, done with the best intentions, could actually put your health at risk? What if something as small as a daily glass of juice could trigger changes in your body that are not always reversible? As we grow older, our bodies become more sensitive to what we eat and drink. What was safe at 40 may not be safe at 70. Doctors have recently issued warnings about morning beet juice, especially for seniors, because of the hidden effects it may have on blood pressure, kidney health, and overall balance in the body. This is not about fear, it is about awareness. Understanding how one simple habit can affect your well-being could make all the difference in protecting your health and independence. In this video, we are going to take a closer look at why beet juice in the morning might not always be a friend to the elderly. You will discover the hidden risks, learn how to recognize the warning signs in your own body, and understand how to make safer, healthier choices without giving up the benefits that beets can bring. Stay with us until the end, because the information you are about to hear could help you or someone you love avoid serious health complications. Everyday choices often feel small. A cup of tea, a slice of bread, or even a glass of juice seems harmless. But for older adults, each of these choices carries more weight than we sometimes realize. The body of an elderly person is not the same as it was decades earlier. Organs work more slowly, blood vessels are more fragile, and digestion can be more delicate. That is why what may seem like a simple, healthy habit, such as drinking beet juice every morning, can actually bring both benefits and risks. Beet juice has become popular because it is rich in natural compounds called nitrates. These substances can help widen blood vessels, improve blood flow, and even lower blood pressure. For younger or middle-aged people, this can be helpful, especially for those dealing with mild hypertension or looking for an energy boost. Athletes, for example, sometimes drink beet juice before competitions because it may improve stamina and oxygen delivery. But the same effect that energizes a runner can become dangerous for an elderly person whose body is already managing complex changes. One of the biggest concerns is blood pressure. For many seniors, blood pressure fluctuates throughout the day, sometimes dropping too low. When beet juice lowers it further, dizziness, weakness, or even fainting can occur. Imagine an elderly person standing up after breakfast and suddenly feeling the room spin, simply because their blood pressure dipped too far. This is not just uncomfortable, it can lead to falls, broken bones, and serious injuries that take months to heal. Kidney function is another area of concern. Beets are high in oxalates, which can contribute to kidney stones. Seniors with reduced kidney function or a history of stones may unknowingly worsen their condition by drinking beet juice daily. Over time, this can increase pain, limit mobility, and require medical intervention. A glass of juice meant to protect health can instead create new health problems. There is also the issue of medication. Many elderly people take daily prescriptions for blood pressure, heart conditions, or blood thinning. Beet juice may interact with these drugs, intensifying their effects and creating imbalances. For example, someone already on blood pressure medication may see their pressure drop too low when combined with beet juice. Or someone on anticoagulants may experience changes in blood consistency that doctors did not anticipate. These are not minor risks, they are situations that can threaten stability and safety. The challenge is that beet juice is often presented as a natural cure, a miracle food that works for everyone. But health is never one size fits all, especially in old age. What works for one person can harm another. That is why doctors warn against blindly following trends without considering the specific needs of the elderly body. Drinking beet juice is not always harmful, but drinking it regularly in the morning without guidance can increase risks more than most people realize. This is where awareness matters most. Seniors and their families need to understand that the body changes with age. Habits that seem simple must be adapted to protect safety. The story of beet juice is just one example of how something small can become significant. And in the next chapter, we will take a closer look at what exactly happens inside the body when an elderly person drinks beet juice in the morning, and why it can sometimes turn into a hidden danger. To truly understand why morning beet juice can be risky for seniors, we need to look at what actually happens in the body after drinking it. When someone takes a glass of beet juice, the natural nitrates inside the beets are quickly absorbed. The body then converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, a powerful compound that helps blood vessels relax and widen. For a young or middle-aged person, this often feels like a gentle boost, better circulation, improved oxygen delivery, and sometimes even a small increase in energy. But for an elderly body, the process can have unintended consequences. Blood pressure is one of the first areas affected. Think of the body's circulation system as a network of pipes. In youth, the pipes are strong, flexible, and easy to adjust. In old age, those pipes may be stiffer and more fragile. When beet juice suddenly forces them to open wider, blood pressure can drop quickly. Instead of feeling energized, an older adult might feel lightheaded, weak, or dizzy. This is especially dangerous in the morning, when blood pressure is naturally lower after a night of rest. The risk of a sudden drop is highest at this time of day, which is exactly when many seniors drink beet juice. The kidneys are also involved in processing beet juice. Beets contain oxalates, natural substances that can build up in the body and contribute to kidney stone formation. While this may not be a problem for someone with strong kidneys, seniors often have reduced kidney function due to age or existing conditions. In these cases, regular beet juice can add extra strain. Over weeks or months, this may increase the likelihood of kidney stones or even worsen kidney disease. A senior might not connect the dots between their daily juice and the discomfort or health issues they face months later. Another overlooked issue is the interaction with medications. Many seniors take pills to manage blood pressure, heart rhythm, cholesterol, or blood thinning. Beet juice can sometimes amplify the effects of these drugs. For example, if a senior takes medication to lower blood pressure and then drinks beet juice, the combined effect may push their blood pressure too low. If they are on anticoagulants, the natural compounds in beets can alter how the blood behaves, making it harder for doctors to keep treatments balanced. Even a natural drink like beet juice can tip the scales in a body already juggling multiple medications. Beyond these physical concerns, there is also the reality of how the elderly body processes food and drink in general. Metabolism slows with age, meaning that what enters the body stays longer and has a stronger effect. A young person might process beet juice in a few hours, while an older person may feel its impact all day. This slower processing increases the chances of side effects, especially when the juice is consumed regularly without breaks. The most important thing to understand is that beet juice is not inherently dangerous. It has nutrients, antioxidants, and vitamins that can be valuable. The issue is not the beet itself, but how it interacts with an aging body. Seniors need to approach it with caution, not fear. Knowing the risks helps avoid surprises. It allows older adults and their families to make choices that fit their unique health needs. In the next chapter, we will explore not just the physical consequences, but also the emotional and lifestyle impacts that this simple habit can create in the daily lives of elderly people. When we talk about the risks of beet juice for seniors, it is easy to focus only on numbers: blood pressure, kidney function, or medication interactions. But behind those numbers is the lived reality of an older person's daily life. The impact of a morning habit goes beyond the physical body. It reaches into confidence, independence, and emotional well-being. Imagine an elderly person who wakes up, pours a glass of beet juice, and begins the day believing they are making a healthy choice. Within an hour, they start feeling lightheaded. Their hands tremble slightly, their legs weaken, and the fear of falling rises. A simple walk to the kitchen suddenly feels unsafe. That fear alone can limit independence. A fall may not even happen, but the constant worry about dizziness can cause someone to avoid normal activities: cooking, gardening, or going outside for a short walk. Over time, this fear reduces mobility and quality of life. Physical impacts often snowball into emotional ones. Many seniors take pride in staying active and looking after themselves. When something as small as juice makes them feel unsteady, it can create frustration and even embarrassment. They may hesitate to tell family members, fearing that others will think they can no longer care for themselves. This silence adds emotional weight, creating feelings of isolation. A habit meant to symbolize health instead becomes a source of anxiety. Another physical consequence is fatigue. If beet juice lowers blood pressure too much, the body may not receive enough oxygen in muscles and the brain. This can make an elderly person feel drained and unable to carry out normal routines. Fatigue affects mood too. Seniors may feel discouraged, unmotivated, or less social. They might avoid group activities at senior centers or decline invitations from friends, believing they do not have the energy to participate. Social withdrawal then feeds feelings of loneliness, which is already a challenge for many older adults. Kidney issues bring another layer of emotional stress. Passing a kidney stone is not only painful but also frightening, especially for seniors who already deal with multiple health conditions. The fear of recurrence can lead to constant worry. Something as simple as drinking water or choosing food at the grocery store becomes a decision filled with doubt. Will this trigger another problem? This constant vigilance erodes peace of mind and adds invisible pressure to daily life. Even the relationship with food itself can be affected. Seniors are often told to eat more fruits and vegetables, and many try their best. But when something natural like beet juice backfires, it can create distrust. They may begin questioning other foods or become overly cautious, restricting their diet unnecessarily. Instead of feeling empowered, they feel confused. This loss of trust in their own judgment is a heavy emotional burden. The physical and emotional impacts are deeply connected. A dizzy spell is not just a symptom, it is an experience that can limit independence, shake confidence, and influence mental health. A kidney stone is not just a medical condition, it is a source of fear that can shape eating habits and self-image. For seniors, every physical effect has an emotional echo, and every emotional strain can worsen physical health. This is why it is so important not only to understand the risks of beet juice, but also to see the full picture of its impact. In the next chapter, we will examine the myths and truths about beet juice, separating fact from fiction, so that seniors and their families can make choices based on clarity rather than confusion. When it comes to health, especially in older age, myths can spread faster than facts. Beet juice is no exception. Many seniors hear advice from friends, family, or even articles online that paint a picture of beet juice as a miracle drink. To truly protect health, it is important to separate myths from truths so decisions can be made with confidence rather than confusion. One common myth is that beet juice is completely safe because it is natural. The truth is that natural does not always mean harmless. Many plants contain compounds that can affect the body in powerful ways, and beets are no different. While they are rich in vitamins and minerals, they also contain substances that can lower blood pressure and affect kidney health. For someone young and healthy, this may not cause problems. But for seniors, the impact can be stronger, and in some cases, risky. Another myth is that drinking beet juice every morning is the best way to get its benefits. The truth is that frequency matters. Drinking it occasionally as part of a balanced diet may be fine for many people. But daily consumption, especially in the morning when blood pressure is naturally lower, increases the chance of dizziness, fatigue, or kidney stress. Moderation is the key, not routine overuse. Some believe beet juice can replace medication for blood pressure or heart health. This is one of the most dangerous myths. Beet juice should never be used as a substitute for prescribed treatment. Medications are carefully adjusted to each individual's condition, while beet juice is unpredictable and can actually interfere with medication. The truth is that beet juice can sometimes support health in small ways, but it should never replace professional care. There is also the idea that if something works for one person, it will work for everyone. Seniors often hear stories from neighbors or friends who say beet juice gave them more energy or lowered their blood pressure. But the truth is that each body is unique. What benefits one person could harm another, especially when age, medication, and health conditions are different. Listening to personal stories can be comforting, but they are not a substitute for medical advice. Finally, some fear that beet juice is always harmful. The truth is more balanced. Beets have nutrients that can support the body, like folate and antioxidants. The danger comes from how and when they are consumed, and whether they fit with a person's specific health needs. It is not about fear, but about informed choices. By clearing away these myths, seniors can see beet juice more clearly, not as a miracle cure, not as a poison, but as a food that requires thought and balance. In the next chapter, we will move from risks to solutions, exploring safe and practical habits that can support health and confidence in daily life. Now that we have looked at the risks and misunderstandings about beet juice, the natural question is, what can seniors do to stay safe while still enjoying a healthy diet? The answer is not to fear food, but to learn how to use it wisely. With a few practical adjustments, elderly people can protect themselves while continuing to benefit from nutritious choices. The first step is moderation. Instead of drinking beet juice every morning, consider reducing the frequency. A small glass once or twice a week may be safer than a full cup every day. This allows the body to receive the nutrients without overwhelming the system. Seniors should also pay attention to portion size. A smaller amount, such as half a glass, is often enough to gain benefits without triggering dizziness or digestive issues. Timing also matters. Because blood pressure is often lowest in the morning, it may be wiser to consume beet juice later in the day, such as with lunch. This reduces the chance of a sudden drop in blood pressure right after waking up. Pairing beet juice with food can also help balance its effects. Eating a meal with protein or healthy fats alongside the juice may slow absorption and make the impact gentler. Hydration plays an important role as well. Seniors should drink plenty of water throughout the day, especially if they consume beet juice. Water helps the kidneys process oxalates more effectively and reduces the risk of kidney stones. A simple habit like keeping a water bottle nearby can make a big difference in protecting kidney health. Communication with doctors is essential. Seniors who take medications for blood pressure, heart conditions, or blood thinning should always mention dietary habits, including beet juice. Doctors can advise whether it is safe in their specific case, or if adjustments are needed. Sometimes a simple blood test or blood pressure check can reveal whether beet juice is helping or harming. Trusting professional guidance helps avoid hidden dangers. Beyond beet juice, there are many other ways to support circulation, energy, and heart health. Walking daily, even for 20 minutes, improves blood flow and strengthens muscles. Gentle stretching or light exercises, such as Tai Chi or chair yoga, can also help maintain balance and prevent dizziness. These activities are safe, accessible, and provide benefits without the risks that come from concentrated foods or drinks. Nutrition can also be adjusted in simple ways. Instead of focusing only on beet juice, seniors can include a variety of vegetables that are lower in oxalates and gentler on the kidneys. Leafy greens like lettuce, cabbage, or kale in small portions provide vitamins without the same risks. Fruits such as apples, pears, or berries add antioxidants while being easier to digest. By diversifying the diet, seniors can enjoy a wide range of nutrients without relying too heavily on one single food. Routine also plays a role in safety. Seniors should take their time when standing up after meals or drinks, especially if they are prone to dizziness. Rising slowly allows the body to adjust and reduces the risk of fainting or falling. Keeping a stable daily rhythm, with regular sleep and balanced meals, helps maintain steady energy and blood pressure throughout the day. Another practical step is listening to the body. Seniors should pay attention to warning signs such as unusual fatigue, dizziness, or changes in urine color. Beet juice, for example, can sometimes cause urine or stool to appear red, which is not dangerous, but can be alarming. However, persistent pain, weakness, or discomfort should not be ignored. Keeping a small health journal can help track patterns and share them with doctors. Emotional health is just as important as physical safety. Seniors should not feel ashamed if a habit like beet juice does not work for them. Health is personal, and what matters most is finding what supports well-being and independence. Talking openly with family members about dietary choices can build understanding and reduce stress. Instead of hiding worries, sharing them creates support and solutions. Finally, seniors should remember that no single food or drink determines health on its own. True well-being comes from a combination of balanced eating, gentle movement, social connection, and regular medical care. Beet juice may play a role for some, but it is never the whole story. By focusing on a variety of safe and practical habits, older adults can feel stronger, more confident, and more in control of their health. The goal is not to give up foods in fear, but to approach them with wisdom. With moderation, timing, hydration, communication, and variety, seniors can enjoy a diet that supports energy and independence. Health is not about following trends, but about creating daily habits that fit the body's needs. In the next and final chapter, we will bring everything together with an encouraging message. Aging with health and dignity is possible, and with the right awareness, every senior can feel empowered to live fully and safely. Growing older is not about giving up the things you enjoy, but about learning how to live with more awareness and care. A habit as simple as drinking beet juice in the morning shows us how small choices can make a big difference. For some seniors, it may cause dizziness or health challenges, but for others, it might be harmless when consumed with moderation. The key lesson is not to fear food, but to understand your own body and respect its changing needs. Aging comes with challenges, but it also brings wisdom. Each year adds experience, knowledge, and resilience. You have already faced countless changes in your life, and adjusting your health habits is just another step in protecting your independence and dignity. By listening to your body, consulting professionals, and making careful choices, you are showing strength, not weakness. Health in old age is not about chasing miracle cures or following every trend. It is about balance. It is about choosing foods that give you energy without strain, staying active in ways that bring joy, and building routines that keep you safe. A short walk outside, a meal shared with loved ones, or a mindful glass of water can be just as powerful for your health as any so-called superfood. Remember that you are not alone in this journey. Many seniors face the same questions and doubts. By learning and sharing knowledge, you create a community of support. Talking openly about habits like beet juice can help others avoid risks and make better decisions. Your voice and your experience matter not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. The message we want to leave with you is one of hope. Aging with health, strength, and joy is possible. It is not about perfection, but about awareness and balance. Each choice you make today can help you feel better tomorrow. And every step toward a healthier routine builds confidence and independence. If this video helped you understand more about beet juice and health in old age, we invite you to join us on this journey. Subscribe to our channel for more practical and supportive guidance. Tell us in the comments where you are watching from, and share this video with friends or family who could benefit from it. Together, we can build a community where aging is not a burden, but a stage of life lived with dignity, energy, and peace.